This is the Weber MasterTouch Charcoal Grill and Smoker. My first reaction, big kettle energy with real smoker control. It looks familiar, but the scale and the little usability touches make it feel like a tool I can trust for weeknight burgers and all-day ribs without juggling parts or fighting temps. If you've used classic kettles before, this one keeps the soul and adds more room, more control, and fewer awkward moments. The domed lid and bowl are porcelain-enameled metal, so the finish is glossy, tough, and easy to wipe down. In my hands, the lid feels sturdy without being a chore to move, and it nests smoothly on the bowl with a solid seal. The cooking grate is stainless steel and hinged. That matters because stainless resists rust and warping, and the hinge sections let me add coals or wood chunks mid-cook without lifting the whole grate. The center section pops out to fit Weber-crafted accessories, which means I can drop in a griddle or pizza stone insert and get more than just grill marks. The height feels right for long cooks, no hunching, and the tuck-away lid holder is a small detail that becomes a daily habit. Slide the lid back, it catches, and I don't have to set it on the ground or balance it on a chair. The ash catcher is big and metal, and the one-touch sweeper inside the bowl clears ashes with a few swipes. The wheels are chunky enough to roll over pavers and grass. Overall, the fit is clean and intentional. From my experience, the difference between a good charcoal session and a frustrating one is airflow. Dampers are simply vents that control how much oxygen reaches the coals. More air means hotter fire. Less air means cooler and steadier heat. On this grill, the top vent and bottom damper respond predictably, and the bowl and lid hold heat well. That makes it easy to lock in a smoking range around 225 to 275 degrees Fahrenheit without chasing the needle. I ran a rack of ribs for close to 3 hours at around 275 degrees Fahrenheit, using a small bed of lit coals and a larger pile of unlit charcoal arranged in 2 baskets. Char rails. When temps dipped after a while, I cracked the bottom damper open a touch and added a handful of briquettes through the hinged grate. It went right back to target. For searing steaks, I opened both dampers and let it rip. The stainless grate gets hot enough to put a crust on thick cuts, and the wide 26-inch diameter gives me real 2-zone cooking space. 2-zone means coals on one side for direct heat and an empty side for indirect heat. I can hard sear on the hot side, then slide to the cool side to gently finish. With 508 square inches of cooking area, there's enough room to keep chicken skin away from flare-ups or park a full roast on the indirect side while I sear veggies over the coals. Ash management is the hidden hero. The one-touch system sweeps ash down into the high-capacity catcher, which keeps the bottom vents clear. Ash that piles up chokes airflow, and this setup keeps things tidy during the cook, not just after. Cleanup is quick. I let the coals die by closing all vents, save whatever unburnt charcoal for next time, then dump the catcher. I also use the smoke setting on the bottom damper for a brisket flat. That preset is basically a small opening that feeds just enough air for low and slow. It kept things calm, and I only had to add coals at the halfway point. The built-in lid thermometer is decent for a glance, but I still clip a digital probe at grate height for more accurate readings when I'm smoking. For everyday grilling, the dial is fine. I did run into one hiccup. My top vent rivet felt a bit loose out of the box, which let the damper shift when I moved the lid. That can change airflow without me noticing, which I don't love on a long cook. I tightened it, and it held, but I reached out to support anyway. They offered to send a replacement lid. That gave me confidence, even though I ended up keeping mine after the quick fix. I've seen reports of ash catchers fitting tight or bowls arriving with small dings on other units. In my opinion, the design is excellent, but quality control can be hit or miss. The good news is the warranty and parts support are solid. Key features that stand out to me are the porcelain-enameled lid and bowl for heat retention, the hinged stainless steel Weber-crafted grate for durability and flexible setups, the tuck-away lid holder that speeds up my workflow, the one-touch ash system that keeps air moving, and the char rails that make 2-zone cooking simple. The size is a real upgrade over the 22-inch models. It's perfect for big family meals, mixed grill nights, or any low and slow project where steady heat and space matter. I like the way it holds temp with gentle vent changes. There's no jumpy behavior when I nudge the bottom damper. That predictability matters for ribs, pork shoulder, and poultry, where I want clean smoke and consistent heat. I like the durability of the stainless steel grate. It feels like a long-term piece. not something I'll replace every season. The hinged sections make adding fuel easy, and the removable center opens the door to accessories like a griddle insert for smash burgers or pancakes. I like the workflow. The tuck-away lid holder, the tool hooks on the handle, the big wheels, and the tall stance add up to less fuss during the cook. The ash system is the kind of feature I appreciate more each time. It keeps my vents breathing and cuts cleanup time. I also like the capacity. 508 square inches sounds like a number until you spread out chicken thighs, corn, and a couple of steaks and realize you still have room to move food away from flare-ups. I do have a few watch-outs. It's a large footprint at roughly 33 by 27 by 42.9 inches, and at around 54 pounds, it's not a featherweight. Measure your patio space. Some units, including mine, may need a minor tweak out of the box. From my experience, plan time to assemble carefully and test fit the ash catcher and lid vent before your first cook. The built-in thermometer is helpful, but a separate probe at grate level gives me better precision for smoking. In my opinion, the value comes from how capable this grill is across styles. It doesn't box me into only burgers and dogs or only all-day barbecue. I can sear hot and fast, I can roast with indirect heat, and I can smoke at steady low temps without fighting the fire. It feels like a one-grill solution for most charcoal cooks. It's perfect for someone who wants the flavor of charcoal, the space to cook for a crowd, and the control to do brisket or ribs without babysitting every minute. I'd recommend this for backyard cooks moving up from a smaller kettle, anyone who wants to try smoking without buying a dedicated smoker, and people who care about cleanup and durability as much as heat performance. In conclusion, the Weber Master Touch Charcoal Grill and Smoker in 26 inches brings serious capability in a familiar form. The porcelain-enameled bowl and lid retain heat. The stainless steel hinged grate is tough and flexible. The tuck-away lid holder and one-touch ash system smooth out the workflow, and the char rails make smarter fire setups easy. From my experience, it settles into a steady rhythm and makes both weekday cooking and weekend projects straightforward. I do wish every unit shipped perfect, but the design fundamentals are strong, and support is responsive if something's off. If you want one charcoal rig that handles searing, roasting, and smoking with real control and room to spare, this is the one I'd keep in my lineup. If you found this video helpful, hit subscribe, drop your questions or your own grill stories in the comments, and let me know what you want to see cooked next. Thank you for watching.